Okay, so today we're going to work on using our Cricut. This right here is Cricut Design Space. The app on my computer looks like this. It might look a little different. So when we're here, this is how we're going to start a new project. We're going to hit New Project. Today I'm making a sign that needs to say the words welcome. So we have a whole bunch of things over here. So I'm going to go to the thing that says text, input it, and simply type in my text. From here, I can change the font. I would recommend you go to the tab that says System, because sometimes they can charge you for fonts here. You can see there's a $4.99. We don't do that here. So we do System. And let's say I wanted to do this font. Okay. So I can make it as big or as small as I would like. I have a Cricut mat here right next to me that I use to help me measure. So I have the sign I'm using. I'm gonna line it up with my Cricut mat. Okay, it's about, let's see, 7 inches across. That's what I have to work with. So if I edit it, and I'll make it 7 inches. So right here, I'm up in the width section. I could actually just type a number in, like 6, and it will make it bigger. So let's say I wanted to use a picture. I can go to the internet and I can actually download any picture. So let's say I really liked this heart, or maybe I liked this heart. So I can download the picture. I right click, save image to downloads. If I'm back in our Cricut app, I can take any picture and go to upload. I can upload an image. I go to my pictures. Oh, that's the heart I found. And I can drag it in. It's giving me a hard time. So let me use this picture of the lighthouse. So I made this lighthouse. I'm going to choose simple. I use that for all my pictures. And now it has this like weird blue box in it. So to get rid of that, I can simply click and it will disappear. The reason I put that blue box is so I could cut out a shape that fits this part of the lighthouse to make it red. So I'm just going to take out the parts I don't need. I can preview how it will look. Okay, that looks about right to me. Maybe I'll take out this window, apply, and continue. You are always going to save as a cut image over here, and then upload. We're going to select what we want. It highlights it. We'll hit add to canvas. Sometimes it'll pop up really big. You can drag the sides to make it smaller, or we can go to that width box and type in, let's make it 5 inches, or we can make it 3, and it will become smaller. So if I wanted these to cut 2 different color vinyls, so let's say I had purple and pink vinyls, I wanted one to be pink and one to be purple, I can change the color. So I go up here to the color button, and I'll choose purple to make it easier on myself. But if I do purple and pink, when we go to make it, this means we are ready to go. When we go to make it, it will sort our mats into colors. So I can do one pass through of pink and one pass through of purple with enough time to change my sticker material. But I don't want to do that. I'll make them both the same color. So look, now they appear on the same mat, and I just have to put one piece on. If I don't like where it's positioned on the mat, if for some reason I have a weird cut or something, you can move it around. If you are putting things on a shirt, you have to mirror your image. This makes it so that when you flip it over and iron it on, it is the correct image. We are just making stickers, so this is all we need. So my machine is not turned on. I have a Cricut Maker, but all of them are kind of similar. So I open it up, and there's a power button. So that's just it prepping, ready to go. So this is part 1 of setting up your materials. Then I will walk you through how to do the cut. So I'm now ready to cut my project. I worked it all on my canvas of how I like it. So I'm going to go over to Make, and it will load onto my mat. So I have a 12 by 12 mat on there, and I have a 12 by 12 mat on here. Forgive me, I only have one hand, so I'm going to put on my roll. I use rolls. You can also use squares. It's no big deal. And load up my materials. So I like to line it up in this corner. So here we're going to click continue. We're making sure my maker is connected. There are 2 parts in the back here. This part is a long cord that plugs into the USB slot of my computer. This other cord plugs into the wall. Those are the only 2 cords you need. You're going to select your material. So if you are making just stickers, you will always be hitting vinyl. If you do not have vinyl already pulled up like I do, you will click on Browse All Materials and type in the word vinyl and then select. It's not too much of a difference, but it is a big difference between vinyl and iron-on vinyl. So we're making sure this shiny side is up. I'm going to position it in my Cricut. I'm going to hit the blinking button. They make it pretty easy. And it will load all the way in. So I have chosen, and now this just opened up that it's ready to go, and now it tells me press go. So I press go. Make sure you have enough room behind your Cricut, because the material does feed through. And then it will cut for you. And it will also give you an update on here. In the last part, I will show you how to weed and stick on your materials. So once your project is done, you will hit the unload button that is blinking, and you'll be able to take out your project once it unloads. As you can see, my cut is done. So I'm going to peel this off and lay it out. And you will need some tools. So I store mine in my Cricut. Doesn't matter where you store them. So this is the weeding tool, and these are just some regular scissors. So I'm going to put my phone down to quickly cut out my material. I like to save a lot of material, so I cut out right next to it. Okay, now my material is cut out, so we just need to weed it. So weed it means we take this little tool and we take out the parts that we don't want. So you can start it by sticking it through or just peeling it off. And now we're going to take away everything that is not the letters. So doing this one hand is a little challenging, but I will peel this part off and you can stick it back down, no big deal. So I'm going to finish the rest. And you might notice I just peeled the outside, and so I still have these little spots within the letters I want to get out. So you just use your hook, feed it in, and pull it up to remove those. Now you will need something called transfer tape. So with the transfer tape, you're going to cut just enough to cover the words you are working with. So I would measure it, and I'd say, okay, you need about 2 inches high, and I will cut out a 2-inch by 6-inch block. So the nice part about this is you don't have to be too precise with the transfer tape, and you can just peel up the one side, and then we will stick it right on our letters. You will need a tool like the squeegee over here. So I will lay this on my letters, and I will squeegee it on. So as you can see, there's a little bit that's not on there. I would recommend if you're new, covering the whole thing, but I can usually figure it out. So then we will peel off our letters. Should come off just like a sticker. And then we will grab our project. Basically from here, we squeegee on. And then squeegee a little bit more than that. And then we can pull it off. And then you have a beautiful new project. I also just wanted to show sometimes it is okay if you pull very slow. And if you need to work those letters back on. So there was a little pull there, no problem. I work them back on. I can use my squeegee and just pull even slower. And there you have your new project.